Now, I think I will explain to you how piracy works and what you guys are so afraid of happening but probably will not happen. Now, let's say you illegally download some music. A song costs what? A quarter. Most songs that I've seen on the internet cost a quarter. Now, a CD of songs is typically 10 to 20 songs. So let's say that a CD is worth $10. So if you download a CD's worth of music, which most of you do, if you like a band, you're not going to just download one song. So you download the CD, which is $10 worth, and let's say 500 million people across the globe are downloading this music. That in turn costs about $2 to $4 billion. The problem is, this money is make-believe. This is not the actual worth of the music because the music can be reproduced infinitely. It's just the value that they've given it artificially to make you pay in order to have the music available to listen to. So this isn't the actual value of the music. It's just the value they've ascribed to the music. Therefore, that's not going to hold up in any courtroom. It's not going to hold up in any courtroom a subjective value that a company has slapped on it. Nor is it going to hold up in any courtroom to sue any one person when the amount of money you individually take cannot be worth more than maybe a few dollars. So they're not going to sue you. It would cost more to sue you than they would get out of it. And that's just mind-boggling. It's ridiculous. The only thing they could say is they want to sue you for the crime of theft and then make you pay more than you initially stole. No, that doesn't make any sense. And you know it makes no sense, so why are you afraid of it? Why are you acting like this is such a big deal when nothing around it makes any sense? So what they do is they make regulations on anti-piracy. That way you just simply cannot pirate, because they cannot persecute you for pirating. So they have to find ways to create barriers around the pirating itself. And people have pirated since as long as there have been technology. When I was a kid, we used to record cassettes. We used to listen to the radio and record songs on cassette. And then it moved on to blank CDs. As technology developed, it became easier to pirate, but piracy never went away. Piracy never stopped. It simply became simpler. It became more available to pirate. And it just makes no sense that it just proves that these industries still take a shit ton of money. Because if they were as weakened and being as robbed as they claim to be, how would they have all this money to pressure Congress? How would they have all this money to sue people? We are moving into a new type of economy, a charity-based economy where we don't have to pay for something if we don't want to. And that's why I'm surprised that the anarcho-capitalists and the libertarians are not speaking louder about it, because you're the ones that believe in a consenting free market. Well, it doesn't get any freer market than I don't have to pay you shit if I don't want to. I pay you because I'm trying to give you incentive to continue to produce stuff that I may like, but I have no desire nor any obligation to pay you. Look at this. This is a DVD of Evil Dead. I got this at Walmart, I believe. And I did not have to pay for this. I could have easily pirated Evil Dead. But I find it more practical to have a CD on hand. That way I don't have to download anything, take up memory on my computer. I like the concept of owning this in my DVD collection. I like Evil Dead. And, I just found it much more satisfying to buy it. It wasn't that expensive. So, but I don't need to buy it. There is no moral obligation for me to buy it. And, the fact is that I'm essentially paying money I don't need to pay, because I could get it any other way. But I would prefer to have it in my collection. I would prefer to say, hey, I own the original Evil Dead movie, and the fact is I can pop it into my DVD player or my computer, or pretty much anything at this point in time, and watch it anywhere. So, I could make excuses all day long as to why DVD is preferable to just software, but the fact is I chose to pay for it. And you're going to tell me that I don't have that choice, that I have to pay for it, even though we're moving technologically past that point. And, I'm checking the time, but I still have a couple of minutes. My point is that I just don't see why you're so scared of this. You know what I think is going to happen? I think SOPA, on the surface, is to protect the industry, from the pirates. But the government isn't stupid. The government knows that piracy isn't a big deal. The government doesn't care if you pirate. That's why the Personal Use Act was enacted long before we ever even knew what SOPA meant. The Personal Use Act has been on the law books since fucking 2001 or some shit. My point is that the reason why the government is doing this is because I believe that nationalization is around the corner. I believe that we're enforcing piracy laws because we plan to use these industries to boost up our revenue. We're going to sell video games and music and movies abroad, and it's going to help pay off our deficit, and it's going to help us maintain our superpower status globally. We have a global market to worry about, and America is going to use Jersey Shore and Metallica and Evil Dead and Sony Games and Valve to increase revenue and to secure their profit margin. That's why I believe that anti-piracy is around the corner, because it's socializing all of these institutions to befit America, to reign America supreme, to ascend America above China and Russia and Iran and all them other markets. At least that's my hope. Because in that hope, I believe that the government will take over these industries, and then we will no longer have to worry about fucking Steam banning people's accounts for a game they paid for once it's under state control. So I do want the state to take over every private institution. But I don't know if that's just idealism, if that's just, wishful thinking, or if that's ultimately the goal of SOPA and PIPA and all these other legislations. But I can only hope. So that's what I'm trying to say here. That's what I'm trying to get across. And I do admit that piracy is not morally wrong. It is not something we should try to enforce against, but you have to look at this from a third-person perspective. You have to look at this like it isn't about trying to stop you from pirating. It's about the implications of it. It isn't just us we have to worry about, us as individuals that want to pirate something. It's about the massive quantity of people that pirate. It's about everyone across the world. And if we're stopping Russia and Iran and China from pirating, they have to buy Evil Dead physical back copy. And when they buy Evil Dead physical back copy, they're putting money into the American economy, and they're putting money into our system, and that's less debt we have to them, etc., etc. It's all an economic battle. It is all alchemy of labor and of value, and it's all subjective, but there is a method to the madness. And I'm nearing 10 minutes, so see you.